Hello and welcome to your quick and dirty social criticism in the Great Gatsby lesson. Some questions that we'll be talking about today are how does being in a social class define us, and is upward social class mobility possible? Now, the definition of a social class is having people in the same social, economic, or educational status. So keep that in mind as we go through the lesson. Social criticism in literary theory means seeing literature as a reflection of the environment. Some common examples of social commentary in literature would be expressing the struggles of the poor, oppression of the working class, civil rights struggles, immorality of the rich, or any economic tension as a focus. Some novels that are prime for social criticism show an extreme society as a contrast. So many of your utopian or dystopian novels fall into this category as well. Social criticism is not historical criticism. Historical criticism will seek to understand the work by studying the time period from which it's produced, and that could include the author's biography. And the goal for historical criticism is to understand how the intended audience would have interpreted this work. That means that when it was written, how would people from the 20s have interpreted Fitzgerald's Great Gatsby? That would be historical. Social criticism, on the other hand, examines literature in the cultural, economic, and political context in which it is written or received, exploring the relationships between the artist and society. When I say written or received, it means that you can do this literary criticism for you as the unintended audience of the book. And the goal is to determine whether the work challenges or endorses, by silence or by not challenging, the status quo. How do I perform a social critique? First, you have to answer these questions about a novel. Does the novel present a social problem or economic tension? What is the author's attitude towards that problem? Is a solution to the problem offered? What social values does the work promote, and does the author seem to agree or disagree with those social values? Great Gatsby is perfect for social criticism. There are plenty of economic tensions presented between the rich and the poor. In live class, we'll discuss what's Fitzgerald's attitude towards those tensions. Does he seem to favor the rich or the poor? Is there seem to be a solution? And is that solution what happens in the resolution of the book, which I won't give a spoiler alert to right now, and the social values that Fitzgerald critiques. What is he trying to say? What does he possibly want to change or challenge? Once you answer these questions, you'll develop a theory as to what kind of social commentary Fitzgerald was delivering. What impressions does he want his readers to have of the rich? And then you have to prove it with examples. That is social criticism. Why does it matter? In The Great Gatsby, Fitzgerald takes great pains to show class distinctions, even among the upper class. You have the new rich and the old rich, and they're even fighting between each other. Everyone in the novel seems to want to be rich, but once you're there, is it better? How do you think Fitzgerald would respond to that question? And look how Gatsby is treated. Is he actually accepted into the upper class? Or are people using him or treating him differently? The poor seem to idolize the rich in the novel. How is wealth portrayed in The Great Gatsby? Look at how Myrtle and her sister act. And can you relate this to how people in your own social class treat the ultra super rich? How likely do you think it is that a poor person could become rich in the 1920s? And do you think that is still the same today? And that's something we'll talk about in class as well. There are 5 great life lessons from The Great Gatsby. One is that optimism is noble but futile. Money can't buy you love. It's not easy to leave the past behind us. Don't critique others, be open-minded, and don't make assumptions about others. If you pull anything away from this novel, hopefully it's these 5. So as a review, please answer the questions in the quiz. Define what social criticism's goal is, and what questions you would ask if you want to perform a social criticism. Thank you for your time.